Super budget-friendly ZSE model by QKZ is another milestone in QKZ's catalog that proved once more that great sound quality can be achieved for a very low price. Comfort fit. The design of these earphones creates an illusion of comfort. Sure, placing them into your ears is super straightforward and takes only a moment. I even believed these to be one of the most comfortable pair of earphones that I had the chance to wear. That's what I thought until I decided to use them for several hours, and my ear canals got sore and itching, which is very unusual for me to experience unless when I use memory foam tips for prolonged sessions. Lows. Although the bass is decent and seems even impressive at first, it's still underwhelming and appears to rattle quite a bit in bass shaker test. It's more than enough for vocal-oriented music, but lacks energy for something more bouncy, like hip-hop, trance, dubstep, etc. It really appears to me that the bass is struggling to keep up with the bassy content, almost as if it's about to crack. Mids. Well-defined and well-positioned mids. They are bright, but not too bright. A bit sibilant on specific tracks and sources, but I don't find them to be fatiguing. Very comfortable sounding and not overwhelmed by the lows. Very satisfying when it comes to clarity and detail, especially when it comes to dynamic drivers. Highs. Somewhat bright and very transparent treble. Quite impressive for earphones of that price range. The detail positioning and extension seems very natural and intuitive, and quite fun actually. The only remark I have against such treble is that it could be just too sibilant for some listeners. QKZ is a well-known Chinese brand producing earphones. Since they offer a wide range of earphones, they are well represented in the amount of models they offer. Most of the models are budget earphones. Since some time they are also bringing more expensive models on the market, like hybrid earphones. The QKZ DM7 is not an expensive model, but the unique and cool design trigger interest. The first impression of the sound quality by QKZ DM7 is the great balance in the frequencies and details it produces. The different frequencies are great represented in an equal way, which makes the music sound well balanced. Besides to the sound quality, the QKZ DM7 are really loud. These are one of the loudest earphones I currently own, which makes them easily driving by your phone. The bass is really punchy and detailed without the costs of the mids. The bass is tight and got some nice sub-bass. The mids are of amazing quality, especially the high mids are able to produce crystal clear vocals that really detailed. Really amazing by the quality QKZ delivered with the QKZ DM7 earphones. The sound quality is great and well balanced. The QKZ DM7 are producing amazing mids and upper mids, which enables vocals to be crystal clear. The build quality is premium and far above expectations for this price. The QKZ DM7 are currently my new favorite earphones and used as daily drivers. They contain the whole package: sound quality, premium build quality, comfort and an awesome design. Lows and bass. The lows are somewhat present, but are unimpressive and not the most stable I've heard. They are moderate with a flat mid-bass and absolutely no sub-bass. Enough for warming up the mids, but not enough for bass-heavy tracks. Stability-wise, they are not the cleanest either, but if you're going to listen to tracks that don't require mind-blowing bass performance, these will be more than enough. Mids and vocals. The mids are quite smooth, unexpectedly clear for such cheap earphones. They are not recessed at all, and are pretty well balanced with the lows and the highs. Tonally they sound about right, not dark and not that bright, just neutral. Highs and treble. I found nothing negative to say about the highs, really. Level of detail is actually very impressive for such a dirt cheap price. There's way more shine than I could have ever expected. No sibilance, no harshness. Just pleasant. Build quality and design. The Encoke H07 is surprisingly well made for the price. It is a sandblasted oxidized metal ABS plastic body, PU-coated cables, silicon R-tips, rubber strain reliefs and Y-splitter, and gold-plated 3.5mm L-shaped jack. Durability of this IEM should be decent due to its nice overall construction. We also like that Baseus added strain reliefs on the body and the L-shaped jack for better flexibility and protection against accidental pulls. It has no strain relief on the Y-splitter area and cable cinch for better cable management though. The PU-coated cable looks decent, but it could have been thicker. Design-wise, it has the minimalist-looking CD stripes on the body. The body also has a 120-degree angle design for better comfort. It also has a rounded marker at the left barrel that's designed to help you determine the left and right barrel of the QKZ. Comfort and isolation. Wearing style could be tricky at first. But, once you get used to wearing it, comfort is great. It has no sharp edges and our tips are soft. It's also lightweight and non-fatiguing at all. It could be worn over ear or straight down style. Isolation is better than average. You don't have to insert the IEM deeply to block the noise better. Plus, this isn't the type of isolation that will totally block your surroundings. Just fine. Microphonics is great even if you wear it straight down. Cable noise is very minimal even when moving. Sound quality. This Baseus IEM has a single dynamic driver with built-in coaxial damped system and WO tuning holes. Baseus claims that it can deliver full rich balanced sound performance and deep bass response for a sub-PHP1K set. To be honest, at first we have doubts if the QKZ can really deliver their promise of great sound on a budget. But, fortunately, this is a really good sounding set for the price. Yes, it is more of a balanced sound signature with good amount of warmness. The amount of bass is strong and tight too, but controlled and far from overpowering. Sub-bass is also existent. The Xiaomi Piston Basic earphones are one of the two new editions of earphones introduced by the company, the other being the Piston Air, Piston Capsule. The Piston Basic version is an update over previous year's dirt cheap Piston 3 Youth earphones, with slight upgrade and a slightly higher price. The Xiaomi Piston Basic Edition earphones come with a solid aluminum sound chamber which is quite rare in this price range, as earphones normally come with a cheap plastic body. That is also an upgrade over previous Piston Youth model that came with a plastic housing around the speakers. Their CD-like metal texture on the back and the body is said to be resistant to scratches. These earphones do look impressive, and design is something not to be messed with. The sound output area is turned to provide right fit in the ears, which provides crisp sound and reduces noise leakage. That also improves noise cancellation, which is very good in these earphones. Third generation damping system has been introduced in these earphones that separates the airflow from the head of the chamber that reduces distortion and results in clear sound. The Xiaomi Piston Basic earphones are engineered in such a way that earphones stay in the ear and do not fall off easily, and they do not make those annoying noises when pressed in ear, fitting easily. The sound produced is good and clear, the mids are fine. Bass could have been a little stronger, but is good enough if you are not a bass junkie. Acoustics play really well, and we even found metal playing better than many earphones. The noise cancellation and clarity are good as we talked about it. The Baseus H04 are a fairly well-made earphone. The earpieces themselves are half metal, half plastic with an angled nozzle, which means that you have to swap L and R if you wish to wear them over ear. Recommended as the cable is a little noisy. In terms of sound, they're not very good. There is a touch of graininess to the sound and clarity is below what's available elsewhere for similar money. Other than that, they're fairly balanced but with lackluster treble. Having sampled 3 of their offerings, each with less than stellar performance, the Baseus brand is not one I'll be purchasing again in the future. Apple V3. Wide dynamic range. Dual bass sound unit design, a broader range. Excellent bass response. Connect to all MP3 players and digital audio device. Functional wired controller for mobile phone, easy switch between music and communication. 3.5mm quality audio connecting cable is compatible for mobile phones and tablets. TP anti-winding design enhances the durability, flexibility and longevity of the cable. Remote control button function support line control the next song / the last song / pause / hung up the phone.